está.
Hey, good day all. This is TurboDave here at Performance Corner. Um, Talking about protecting yourself. It sounds kind of funny, but protecting yourself or your company's reputation when working on somebody's car. Sometimes people take their cars to other people to have stuff done, and you don't know what they touch. So this is kind of something I went over a little bit in another video, but this is about watching out for yourself, because if somebody else touches the car, whether they intended to or not, it can come back and reflect on you. So and I'll show you some pictures in this video that I took of the car. That what happened was one section of the car came loose on the suspension, and it really knocked out the alignment really bad. And I was the last one that I knew that worked on it, but evidently somebody else had worked on it in between. And I don't know what they did to it or why they would touch it, judging from the work that they did I saw. But it's kind of peculiar, because when I'm going to tighten something or when I torque something down to spec, I always mark it with a pen like this, a paint pen. So I put a dot either on the fastener or next to it, showing that I already torqued it to spec. So that's one way for you to know, that you torqued it to spec. And if there's something that has to get torqued in steps, so you have either a degree or, like, say it wants you to torque something that ends up at 50 foot-pounds, but they want you to do like 10 foot-pounds and like maybe 3 increments, and then like 25 foot-pounds and then 50 foot-pounds. I will use 3 different colors. I'll mark the spot, like when you do a differential, like if I'm setting up a limit slip differential and you have to do torque, sometimes they require either a degree first or a certain torque to start with. When I torque it to do that first session, do the first round, whatever it is, whether it's a degree or a torque spec, I'll put on the top of the bolts one color pen. Then I go for round 2, whatever the torque spec is supposed to be. Then with a different color pen, I'll put a dot there too. That way I know that I've already gone through 2 steps and I'm on step 3. If somebody talks to me, if I get distracted for some reason, I know where I'm at when I come back, because there's 2 sets of dots on every one. So it's a reassurance for yourself that you're doing it correct, and you don't have to go back or second guess yourself. And the other thing is that using this, it's this tamper-proof seal that you put on the bolt or the nut or the thread or whatnot. That way you know that if it breaks loose, if this seal is tampered with, either somebody messed with it, or for some reason you have an issue with a fastener that's coming loose from vibration or something, or some kind of stress. So just protect yourself, because sometimes people can blame you even though it's not your fault. So if you tamper proof it and you say, hey, I put this on here and these are all broken loose, now somebody else was here, it's hard to dispute. Not that somebody can't clean it off or whatever, but when you have them all over the car, like the front suspension and steering has it and the rear suspension has it, you can't, what are they going to do, go through everything and clean all the green marks off? So it's just a little bit more protection for you than just torquing it and putting a paint dot next to it, knowing that you did torque it, because somebody could say, well, you could just put a paint dot there, which I never do. Matter of fact, I torque them to spec, I do the paint dot, and then I'll sometimes recheck the torque even after I do the paint dot, just for myself. It might be overkill, but just knowing that the comfort for me that it is tight and it is where it's supposed to be. I hope that was informative and maybe give you an idea of what to do if you've had somebody like this before, if you've had something happen to you like this before, that can help you out. So, but yeah, I mean, safety wire is also another form that you can do. Not everybody safety wires, but safety wire can also be another form because it's a kind of a tamper-proof way of doing things, and somebody's going to have to take it off. So you could safety wire it literally, and then if you've done safety wire at the very end, you twist the tail so it tucks in, so the sharp part isn't sticking out. You can actually put this on there, so that way it's another seal that if somebody takes the safety wire off and changes it, you know that it's been messed with. I hope that helps. It's TurboDave here at Performance Corner. If you have any comments or questions or like to hear anything, leave it in the comment section below. Please subscribe to the channel. Helps us out. Hopefully get you more content that you want to hear. And be safe out there. Thank you, TurboDave at Performance Corner.